Okay, we've now got Dominion on the line, talking about all things Dominion, I suppose. Your band I've come across, and being a fan of Alice Cooper and Lordi and theatrical rock music, I came across you with like Patient Zero or Danger Danger. Watched the videos, and it was like, this is great fun. This is all
Great.
very theatrical. And I've scheduled in Cannibal Corpses on the show for this week, and it was one of these where normally if I get something with titled Cannibal Corpses, I expect somebody to scream at me for 3 minutes and me to not like it. But when I listened to the track, it's like, oh, this is all very melodic and sing-alongable, and this is really good. So on the back of that, I thought, well, I need to find out a bit more about the band and yourself. So I guess over to you. Can you tell us a little bit about the band and how you're where you are today, I suppose?
Yeah, sure. Well, the idea for Dominum was actually during a production that I've had. And I was producing with Visions of Atlantis, which is a pirate band. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Yes, yeah.
You are? Perfect. And then I was thinking, all right, so cool. We got a good pirate band now going on. We have like Viking bands. We have like several monster bands, but there is no zombie band. Why is there no zombie band? Because like, I don't know how you feel about this, but like everyone kind of likes zombies. And even though someone doesn't like zombies, he still knows what a zombie is, because like people know Frankenstein and people know like the concept of being undead and everything. So and as I'm a zombie fan myself, I was thinking about, all right, I think it's time to form a zombie band. And then like you got to do what you got to do, because like it's always the same when people come here. Can you make me sound like this or that or him or blah 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 blah? Like, no, I can't, because you have your own voice, right? So you gotta be 100% yourself, and this is when it gets cool, if you're 100% yourself and don't try to be someone else or whatever. So this is what I did. I tried to write the best songs that I could, and I'm not too much into, well, I appreciate death metalish music. I can appreciate that, but I think I'm a way more melodic guy, and I really love melodies. So I'm afraid I will continue in disappointing you with not delivering some scream or some shoutish music.
Fine with me.
Descent of dread and fear, let's make it out of here. Heathens on their knees to pray, the future's smashed to bits. This is apocalypse. Goodbye to yesterday, come and see the mother. No million bodies down the road, and they are hungry for more. Is this just a fantasy, some kind of insanity? They're getting more, even more. Dead on, fed up. Here come the ultimate rifles, no guns inside. Look on the cannibal corpses.
So will we have rock ballads sung by zombies, I suppose?
Well, of course, yeah, because right now at this point, most of the songs are mainly out of the point of view from the Doctor, which is my role in the band. I'm Dr. Dead, but of course there are already some songs, and I'm already writing the second record, which are out of the point of view from a zombie. Because, for example, yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, there will be for sure something about zombie love, maybe.
And I know you said you identified a gap in the market and leapt in there, but what prompted the imagery and the storytelling behind that? Because you could have put this music out and it would have worked quite successfully if you went on stage in jeans and t-shirts. Why was it important to get that sort of look to go with the music?
Because it's real fun. And I mean, gap in the market sounds a little bit analytic, and you might assume that when a producer forms a band, then it's like, all right, let's analyze the market, what is working right now, blah 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 blah. But again, what really works is if you can like see people enjoying what they're doing, and this is what we love. It's like I've seen the first zombie movie when I was 12, and since then I'm in love with zombies, and so it kind of felt natural to do that. And of course, yeah, I mean, we maybe at some point we also go in jeans on a shirt on a stage, but at this point we're not doing it because the zombies are coming.
Anybody out there who believed everything would turn out good as such? Other kind of people, so naive. Wishful thinking while they're sinking deep.
And why the name, which I figure now I've been pronouncing wrong.
No worries. Well, it's a funny story because like the things with band names, when you form a band, it's different than when you're like 12 or 13 when you form your first band, because then you just name yourself whatever sounds cool to you. But when you're like 30, the process is a bit more complicated, and you're like, all right, cool, so if we're gonna do this like for a lifetime, you are married with this band name forever. There's no divorce for a band name. So you have to think this really through and everything, and you have like a bazillion names on your iPhone. Okay, Zombie Band X, Zombie Band Y, blah, 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 blah. Everything was boring. And then I wrote the song Immortalis Dominum. And then one of our team said, Dominum could be a cool band name. What do you think about this? And then I wrote it down and looked at it, and it didn't feel wrong. But this happens oftentimes, right? So you think you have a brilliant idea, and then you write it down, and then on the next day you're actually ashamed of yourself. Like you could even think of that, you know. but with Domino, it was like next day, still don't have to puke. All right, let's wait another week. All right, still sounds fine. I think we got something. That was the process.
Look behind you, they will find you. That soon be taken over. Now they're coming, keep on running. Danger, danger. Blood is boiling, world destroying. One dreadful new beginning. And the story, and all the story. Danger, danger. Danger, danger.
So presumably when it comes to seeing you guys live, presumably that the fun presumably only then starts for you, because presumably you have the ability to then put on a whole, not just a rock concert, but presumably you put on a show, do you?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really a fun part, because you can really go crazy with this concept. I mean, we already did, because I was running Why Is There No Zombie Band? Because it's quite obvious, you know, why is there no zombie band? It's like there are werewolves, there are Vikings, as I said. But I know why right now, because it's difficult to do zombies that don't look trashy or don't look cheap or don't look ridiculous and everything. So you can really go crazy, and we will do that on stage for sure. I mean, we announced a few days ago, we announced Rock Hearts, which is quite a big festival in Germany, which we absolutely invade with our zombiness. And of course, you can do crazy stuff on stage, and a lot of things are planned. So I really can recommend to get to a zombie show, even though we're just doing right now some support gigs where you can't do that as you would do if you play like a headline show. But yeah, it's gonna be a experience for all senses.
The full moon's hiding down with a fever. There's no one left, not one misbeliever. Close to midnight, the tide is higher than ever. The horses running wild seem to know better. Close to midnight, it's coming closer now. It's crawling, no warning, get out of fear.
And Hey Living People is the album that comes out at the end of this year. Now, is it a concept album at all, or is it just a collection of songs inspired by that sort of zombie theme?
There are a lot of things to tell about Dr. Dad, and also his zombies, and why they are like they are, why Dr. Dad is he like he is, and so on and so on. So yeah, I mean, Hey Living People is the first statement to all of you living people out there that will be invaded soon, but there are many different colors that can be still discovered, let's say.
Because I was going to ask what is the story behind Dr. Dead and his zombies, but from what you're saying is go buy the album and then you can find out.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, the general thought behind this is that there's a lot of like horrible stuff happening right now on this planet, and no one seems to have any answers for that, like simple answers. And I understand that, because I think it's a very difficult thing to deal with when you have that responsibility and have to decide very heavy decisions. So what always helps is a bit of fantasy. And like, when, I don't know how it's with you, but when you're like at a big festival, at Wacken or Bloodstock, maybe in your case, even though there is a band on stage you don't like that much, you still feel kind of all right, because then you grab a beer or whatever, and then you put yourself in the crowd and feel kind of all right. And then, so that leads to the conclusion, to me, like, rock and metal people are good people. You can always deal with rock and metal people. So if everyone would be like this on this planet, we wouldn't have that many, wouldn't have that much of trouble, right? So, but you can't talk people into being a metal or rock guy. So you need something with a bit more pressure, let's say. And here comes Dr. Dead with his metal zombies that can convince maybe a bit better than just talking people into metal.
And you say you're already writing songs for the second album. Does this mean that this album has been around or waiting to come out for a while then, or are you just instantly moving on? Are you always writing?
Yeah, I'm always writing. This record was it took quite a while to write it, actually, because it's of course nice to have that freedom to do whatever you want. But when I write a song for, let's say, Feuerschwanz, I know kind of the territory which I can move in, if that makes sense. But when you form a completely new project, you have a billion possibilities, and you have to at least find a way, where are we going with this? So it took quite a while to put the ideas into shape, so it's a round picture, let's say. But it wasn't that long finished. But I immediately started to write because, good songs take a while. Of course, I can write like a song every day, but there's not all songs that you write are good, right? So you need to write more to have like a bit of a collection that you can cherry pick out of.
So the album comes out on 29th of December. Are you touring? I expect you're then touring it. But will we get a chance to see you over here in the UK playing dates?
There is nothing confirmed yet, but of course we have a lot of things planned right now. But to this date, to this point, unfortunately, there's nothing confirmed. But of course, we are working on conquering the whole world.
Excellent stuff. Well, I'm loving all the stuff I'm hearing so far, so I shall continue to play, and it ticks all my boxes for a good bit of theatrical rock.
Perfect. Good
Thank
to hear
you
that.
very much.